Marathon. Unlike my fellow officers who preceded me, who wished you good morning, I have to wish you good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will not be repeating the common areas between ICSE and ISC because my colleague Poonam Sodhi has already done that. Poonam, thank you for doing that. Now, I present to you the work and the processes and the data related to the ICSE department, and our offices is based at Noida in an 8-story building, brand new building. The quote is, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." Benjamin Franklin. So activity is a very important part of education. There's a flashback of the 2019 examination. You have the statistics there. We had, it started on the 22nd of February 2019 and concluded on the 25th of March. We had 1,96,271 candidates from 2,247 schools at 2,022 examination centers. It involved 322 conveners, 424 inspectors, and 3,204 supervising examiners, to whom we are all indebted. There were 1,711 cases of candidates with special difficulties which were processed. And as the years go by, we are finding that schools are more sensitive to the needs of special children and are recommending them to us for necessary concessions. So they include the various dyslexia, dysgraphia, and so on. And 3 candidates were administered the examination in the hospital because they were terminally ill or they had met with an accident and were not mobile enough to come to the examination center. Dispatch of answer scripts. I've been continuously putting this slide up because if you send your answer script packets through registered parcel post, invariably we have to conduct an examination, re-examination, because we don't receive those scripts. So you can see from the slide, from the pictures, that first slide is of the parcels in the Ghaziabad RMS section, where it is in the building. In the second slide, you can see it is outside the building. So we have to send from our office in Noida people to Ghaziabad to search through these sacks and retrieve our bundles. Please do not do that. Use the courier, the appointed courier, so that we get it on time. We have a coordination meeting of the chief, co-chief, and coordinating examiners who come to Delhi. And we've had 3 days for certain subjects like English, history, mathematics, and geography. And the other subjects, we have 2 days of the coordination meeting where we thoroughly brief them and discuss all the errors also that have been committed. And they are briefed thoroughly as to be has to be effective when they go back to their evaluation centers and to brief the other examiners. So again, we had 657 chiefs, co-chiefs, and examiner coordinators. They attended the meetings from March 6th to April 5th, nearly a month of coordination meetings. And I must again thank the schools for sending these people to the meeting. As Mr. Arathun has pointed out that the data for the teachers must be updated so that we can choose the correct examiners, and also Mrs. Poonam Sodhi has stressed the need for you to send the correct examiners to us. We had 9,952 examiners, and they marked the answer scripts at 657 centers, evaluation centers. So you can see the evaluation started on March 12th and concluded on April 24th. That's nearly 40 days. The results of the ICSE 2019 were declared on the 7th of May. As pointed out by my colleague, it is rather depressing to award grace marks to enable our students to pass the examination. And for ICSE, the pass mark is only 33%, of which 20% already lies with the school for the internal evaluation. So, despite giving grace marks, 5 grace marks in mathematics, you can see that 11,220 children failed. So, you can see that most of the subjects needed that little push from our side to get them past the barrier. But those who failed after grace mark, it shows that something is lacking between the teacher and the student. To get 33% after 2 years of studying a particular course is not a difficult task. So I think you should go back and introspect, call your teachers and ask them why this is happening. Results at a glance for 2019, the number of schools that took the examination was 2,247 schools, and 1,96,271 students appeared. Pass percentage, you can see, was 98.54 before the compartmental examinations, and for the first time we conducted the compartmentals this year, and it has benefited because the pass percent has gone up to 99.88. Results at a glance for 2019, pass certificates awarded to 98.53% of boys candidates, and to girls, 99.3%. Pass certificate not awarded to boys was 1,571 and 628 girls. The total candidates, boys who took the exam, 1,06,971, and girls, 89,300. Girls have done better than boys as in the previous years. Region-wise performance, the best performance was by the Western region, 99.76, followed by the Southern region, 99.73, and the Eastern region, 98.06, and the Northern region, 97.87. Our schools abroad who presented candidates, all the candidates passed. 10% result for the schools abroad. Our topper for 2019 was 99.60. Though we appreciate and acknowledge the topper, we also are immensely proud of all the candidates who took the exam. From 2019, we have revised the format of the statement of marks because it was a need that was felt. So you can see in English, it's not a consolidated mark. We have given separate marks for English language and English literature, and then the consolidated out there on the far right. Similarly, for history, we've done that, and for the science subjects. So it's a little more transparent because some schools want this particular format, some institutes need that. And moreover, the children and teachers can focus, if it's a joint subject like English, then you know the weakness is in language or literature. Similarly, history or geography or physics, science or bio. There were requests for 25,013 recheck requests, amounting to 46,788 answer scripts that were processed, and 21,471 requests were received directly from candidates, and 3,542 requests were received through the schools. Of these, 22,842 were no-change cases, while 2,171 were change cases. So it's a myth that if you apply for recheck, nothing happens. Assessment errors, 498, totaling errors, transcription errors, all because of the carelessness of the examiners. Omission of marks at the transcription stage, marks not transcribed from the inner pages of the booklet to the grid on the first page of the booklet. You can see there, question number 2 was awarded 8 marks. You can see it's circled out there, but was not carried from this inner page to the grid. You can see at 3, it was not carried over there. This question number 2 should have had 8 marks. It was later on we have filled it after recheck. Similarly, the transcription errors take place. You can see that the marks incorrectly transcribed from the grid of the booklet to the LICR top sheet. So you can see here that this 13 marks was awarded for question number 4. But there, your marks are incorrectly entered as 3 marks. So 10 marks was shortchanged, in fact. So these are the errors that are made by examiners, which cost the student. But luckily, this has come to light during our rechecks. Similarly, marks captured on the LICR tab not correctly verified by the examiners, leading to uploading of incorrect marks. You can see here, marks awarded in question number 3 was 18.5. On the left-hand side, you can see. Then, you can see that the tab read 18.5 as 10.5. And therefore, the 10 marks were shortchanged. See, 10.5. Down you can see in that table, question number 3, 10.5. Then it was corrected, marks correctly entered on LICR as 18.5. Some more errors. Examiner's knowledge of the text, very limited or negligible, which led to undermarking or overmarking. This is very frequently happening because we are not getting the right teachers who are being nominated for examination, evaluation work. Some correct answers, not awarded marks, and some incorrect answers are awarded marks. Examiners following their own marking scheme and marks distribution. We tell them when they come for the coordination meeting that they must keep to the marking scheme that is approved by the council at the coordination meeting. But some of them do not follow the advice. For instance, if a point requires 2 marks each, this was reduced to 1 mark, leading to gross undermarking. Analysis of pupil performance. The analysis of pupil performance documents for the ICSE year 2019 examination is available on the council's website, where you'll find detailed analysis has been done for 10 subjects: English, economics, Hindi, computer applications, and so on and so forth. 2019 English, a brief look. Many gross errors were committed in essay writing. Some candidates even wrote essays on topics not mentioned in the question paper because their teachers are letting them onto secrets, I suppose. Poor structure, vocabulary, and grammatical errors have been observed in many of the essays, letters, and report writing. The only way to improve this is to cut down TV and make them read books. It's the only way. If you read and listen to correct English, you will fare better. Although the comprehension passage was relatively easy, some students were unable to analyze and comprehend. This is the bane of modern technology because you are served everything as a visual on the TV or electronic media. You don't have time to reflect and comprehend and analyze. So this is manifested here in their writings. Though the candidates attempted to answer the questions, but the important words or the key words were missing. Compartmental examination, 2019. This was the first for the council. It was held from 15th to the 17th of July, where 1,219 candidates appeared from 371 schools, and the successful candidates were 659. Approximately 50% of those who appeared passed. For this examination, question papers were made online, as has already been told to you, and the results were declared on the 7th of August. A peek into ICSE 2020 examination. The center arrangements have been finalized and schools have been intimated of the same. You may access the same by logging onto the online portal. The center list comprising of 2,340 schools with 2,093 examination centers is finalized. Entries for 2,08,995 candidates have been confirmed. Center arrangements in terms of supervising examiners, examiners, inspectors, and special coordinators have been finalized. 325 conveners have been confirmed. Now, once again, when it comes to the examination, please remember that your teachers should not use all sorts of excuses to shirk their responsibilities as teachers. Because if we shirk responsibility, then we are less effective as teachers. One of the qualities of a teacher is to take on responsibility. Coordinating conveners, 24 coordinating conveners have been appointed because wherever there are many centers and conveners zone-wise, we appoint one coordinating convener. As Mrs. Sodhi has also pointed out, there's a shortfall of examiners. There are, because of withdrawal of examiners after they have been confirmed, suddenly the principal writes to us and says, this person is sick or this person has got to attend a wedding in the US or whatever. So please remember that if this keeps happening, we may not be able to allot you an examination center in your school. We just may have to shift your school students to another school. And the less people you give us, the more days it will take. So those who are giving their teachers to us will be an extended period. And the results will not be declared as early as possible to get the edge over the other boards. So please make it your own responsibility and see that the teachers do not fall out from the evaluation centers. Reasons for withdrawal of teachers. Family problems. Who doesn't have them? Not teaching class 10. From the data, we pick the teacher, and the data says teaching class 10, this subject or whatever. When we send that for confirmation to the school, school says, this year not teaching class 10, gone to class 8. You see, that's because they're not updating the teacher's portal. It has to be updated so we have the latest data. Otherwise, this will go back and forth and a waste of time. Medically unfit, resign from the school. Resign from the school, then update. Put the update on the teacher's portal so we know that person is not there anymore. Travel plans. When they know an examination is happening every year, and the evaluation takes place within a certain period of time, from March to April. So what travel plans do we make? They don't have so much of foresight in planning, knowing their responsibilities. Appointing examiners as supervising examiners. There's a clear-cut instruction from the council that a teacher can hold only one portfolio, and when there have been examiners in the previous year, it only goes to say that they will remain examiners for the next year. Why do we change their status and make them supervising examiners? So that's where a shortfall is also created. We still require examiners for the major subjects, for English language, English literature, history, geography, physics. So when you go back, please confirm the teachers that we are asking for you and recommend teachers for these subjects especially. Otherwise, we'll be delaying our result and the load for the teachers who come will be greater and the time taken will be longer. Centralized evaluation. The council has successfully implemented and conducted the centralized evaluation for the 10th year. And the council is appreciative of the schools that have already accepted their nomination as evaluation centers. We thank you for that. And we also request you to confirm those centers those schools that we've asked for as evaluation centers. Submission of internal marks, the assessment marks and grades. The portal has been open from the 15th of November, and it will remain open till the 15th of February 2020. Important documents for the ICSE 2020 examinations: attendance list and envelopes for returning the attendance list to the council. Both these documents will be packed center-wise and will be sent to the convener. So you will collect these from the convener, along with the question papers. The convener and the head of the examination centers are requested to make note of the above and inform all concerned. Here's the attendance list, and there's the envelope for packing. Important documents for the ICSE 2020. You have the answer script envelopes for each examination center for 2020 will be dispatched to the respective schools along with the examination stationery from NOVA Publications. ICSE 2021, that is your candidates who are in class 9. 2,31,058 candidates have been registered from 2,420 schools for the 2021 examination. This picture is as if they've done the examination and passed it and done well. Literature and English, paper 2, from the year 2021 onwards. Please pay attention. There is a play by Shakespeare, The Merchant of Venice, Verity edition. Please remember, Verity edition. And you have one book on the far right, you can see, Treasure Trove. That has been divided into 2 sections. The first section is poems, and the second section will be short stories. So, in effect, there are only 2 books, but the 3 different sections will be there. One, the play, one, your short stories, that's prose, and one, you'll have the poetry. So, this has been informed to you, and we've sent a circular informing you. It's also now in the 2021 syllabuses and regulations. The specimen question papers for 2021. For the year 2020, physical education, computer applications, economics, mass media, and communications have been uploaded, and so also for the year 2021, literature and English, English paper 2, and hospitality management. Setting of question papers in select subjects, there were 10 subjects chosen for ICSE, and the 87 Hill schools have already completed the class 9 examination. There's 87 and 5,397 candidates were sent up or did the examination on 4th November till the 20th. So this is concluded. And you must remember that the council has already emphasized by my colleague, Mrs. Poonam Sodhi, that the council reserves the right to call for papers at random. We may not say serial 1 to 5, but we may ask at random serials so that we could check what is happening in the class 9 examinations. The timetable is given there for what's already happened. Now for the March examination for the plains in February 2020, you have 2,333 plain schools sending 2,25,660 candidates. And the question papers, as usual, will be provided on the portal. And the examinations, as per the timetable, will be held from 10th February to 26th February. Again, we reserve the right to ask you for answer scripts. Training programs conducted at the Noida office, where these subjects on those dates, the last one concluded on the 22nd of November. And there are also training programs for ICSE being conducted at our Calcutta office. And there are 12 training programs, and the last one ends on the 21st of January 2020. All this we are doing so that we empower the schools to the teachers. If they come for training, they learn so much, and they go back and are able to lift the academic atmosphere of your school. updation of school contact details. Check and update the school's mobile number. Now, here I have to point out that normally this school mobile number is the current principal's number. And when the current principal moves out of the school and somebody else comes, and the mobile number is not updated, all our communication is going to the principal that has left that school. We have sent you a circular and have requested you to have a dedicated number in the name of the school. You may call it XYZ, whatever you want, but that number should remain in the school, irrespective of the principal leaving the school, so that all our messages, our SMSs, and the PIN code, and all come on to that particular mobile. So when you go back, if you don't have that arrangement, please make that arrangement in your school. It should not be principal-specific. It should be school-specific. Please note that. My colleague Poonam has already told you not to share